Namaste, I'm Mike Rosenkrantz, and welcome to Inspirations. In the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, it is clearly expressed that everyone has a right to adequate health and a dignified life. In 2006, the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability was adopted by the United Nations. The government of Nepal has ratified this convention in 2010. The Millennium Development Goals state that it's crucial to include people with a disability in all interventions to realize the goals. Karuna Foundation was established in 2007 as an entrepreneurial NGO focused on prevention of childhood disabilities, community-based rehabilitation of children with a disability, and improved health. Their vision is to contribute to a world in which each individual, with or without disabilities, has equal access to good quality health care, can lead a dignified life, and can participate as much as possible in community life. And their mission revolves around improving existing health systems and empowering communities and vulnerable groups within these communities, such as children with a disability, mothers and newborns, to develop their capacity to claim their rights to health care. Karuna also works to improve the quality of life of children with a disability and their families. We'll be going to the field to visit some of the Karuna Foundation sites, and I will also be interviewing Deepak Raj Sabkota, and he's the country director of Karuna Foundation in Nepal. Mr. Sabkota has worked as the first executive director, member secretary of the Central Child Welfare Board, which is the central authority of the government of Nepal on children's affairs. He has also served Nepal Children's Organization as the executive director, which is one of the biggest child welfare organizations in the country. Deepak is all about contributing to the improvement of the rights and living conditions of children with disability. Welcome, Deepak.
Thank you.
Nice to
Thank
see
you
you.
very much for inviting me over here.
Let's start off our conversation by you telling me a little bit about your background and why you've come to work with Karuna Foundation in Nepal.
It's quite interesting, you know, it's a young people like many other young people like Nepal. I came here in Kathmandu to pursue my education, and I was obviously looking for a job, and I landed in Bal Mandir, this Nepal Children's Organization, and then I started my career from Bal Mandir as a development worker, you could say. So while serving Bal Mandir for almost 6-7 years in different positions, I was appointed by government of Nepal in the position of in the position of executive director of Central Child Welfare Board, and I served that position for 5 years. And after that, you know, I was looking for an opportunity, and Karuna came in my life. So it is basically, you know, I was not, you know, it was not, you know, Karuna's philosophy or something that attracted me. I was looking for a job, honestly speaking, and Karuna came in between. But by then, Karuna was not established. You know, people who wanted to establish Karuna, they were here in Nepal exploring all the possibilities. You know, so together with them, we set up Karuna. In fact, the name Karuna was given by me, and then we set up some basic, you know, basic objectives of Karuna, how we are going to work in this country. They were very much committed to work on prevention of disability, which is very much technical, basically related to birth defects. Later on, we decided to include children with disabilities in our project areas, and then, you know, it started to work. So it is, Karuna is quite recent. You know, it's 6 years old organization here in Nepal, also in the country where it was established in Holland.
In Holland. And
yeah.
What year was it established in Holland then? Was it about the same time?
Yeah, no, the organization was registered as a charity a few years back, but in different name, in the name of Carolina Foundation. But when they decided to be operationalized, you know, to start to implement activities in other countries, then we changed the name and it became Karuna. So it's Karuna here in Nepal and Karuna in Holland also.
I work on disability issues in my spare time. I mean, mostly around disability sports, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
But I also noticed that access, especially in Kathmandu, is a major issue. I know that health is a major issue in Nepal and having access to health. So when you talk about prevention measures, I mean, to me that sounds like it's going to take a lot of resources, especially for people in more remote areas. So how do you deal with that kind of thing? And which districts are you working in?
Now, Karuna is working in 3 different districts of Nepal: Gallery, Rasua, and Sonchari. So they represent Mountain Hill and Tarai part of Nepal, but in a very small scale. You could say we were piloting. So we have completed first year with very success record, and now we are expanding our program in one district, covering the whole district, so that we can create a larger impact. One. Number 2, like when we say prevention, there are 2 different categories in this subject matter. Prevention before birth, so congenital issues, birth defect, and second, secondary prevention. For example, when a baby is born, whether he or she receives immunization, vaccinations, nutritions, and this checking the visual and hearing, and again nutrition issues, and there are lots of issues. So we are dealing with primary and secondary prevention. And honestly speaking, when you say prevention needs lots of money, no, basically no. For example, when you talk about birth defect, it is entirely mother-child health issue, maternal-child health issue. So what government of Nepal is doing or investing in terms of maternal-child health, that is more than enough, but they need to change the perspective. They need to change how they see it. They see it from maternal-child health, but the technical people, the medical people, they need to see it from prevention of disability aspect as well. So if they start to think from disability aspect, prevention of disability aspect, I think you do not need much money. Basically, I think we need no money, but even if you need some money, for example, when you go to the remote villages, and if a mother is having a baby and then get into complication, maybe you need to rush her to the nearby hospital. But this is delivery planning. Planning delivery is also a part of maternal child health. So for primary prevention, especially birth defect, you do not need much additional money. In terms of secondary prevention, yes, you might need some money, but it also could be the part of regular health checkup process. Like when the problem here in this country, when you visit a doctor and tell him or her a specific problem, they are so focused on only that problem. They easily could ask, do you have some other kind of issues or problem? Like maybe somebody is having some pus in his ear, or some low visioning, or something. Nutrition, the doctor easily could see whether the child is like under this undernutrition or not. So changing perspective is a major thing in disability right movements, what I think. And then the other issues, most of the people talk about the persons with disabilities, and Karuna is a little bit trying. If we can prevent some percentage of this disability, why not? And the global figure says almost 40% disability could be prevented if timely intervention is made. And I think that has to be considered, and that is very important. That has to be very important information part of every organization who are involved in disability, according to our understanding.
Okay. Let's go to Anna Sepulveda for a field visit.
Namaste, I'm Ana Sepulveda, Spanish journalist, and today we are going to Rasua, Lahari Powa, where we will meet the Program Implementing Committee, which is called VTRC, and parents of children with disability who are members of this committee. We just arrived to Rasua, Lahari Powa, and we are going to meet some parents of children with disabilities. Namaste. Could you introduce yourself?
Namaste. I'm Shekhar Bhusal. I'm a Gallery Pvt. यो गाविसको सहायक सचिव बन्ने।
What was the situation before?
करुणा फाउन्डेसन आउनुभन्दा अगाडि यो गाविसको अपाङ्गताको स्थिति भनेको के थियो भनेदेखि भिडिआरसी एउटा गठन भएर समितिमा सीमित रहिरहेको थियो होइन। कार्यक्रमहरू ल्याएहरू चाहिँ हामीले अब कुनै पनि जो आइएनजीसँग लिङ्क गरेर ल्याउन सकिरहेको स्थिति थिएन। जुन करुणा फाउन्डेसन आइसके पछाडि हामीले चाहिँ एउटा शिविर नै सञ्चालन गरेर 18 वर्षभन्दा मुनिको अपाङ्गताहरू भएको बालबालिकाहरूलाई सेलेक्सन गरेर अहिले हाम्रो लगभग 31-32 बालबालिकाहरूले चाहिँ यहाँबाट पुनर्स्थापनाको कार्यक्रमहरू भयो, सहायक सामग्रीका कुराहरू भयो, एजुकेसन सपोर्टको कुरा भयो होइन। त्यसपछि अब हामीले चाहिँ स्वावलम्बनसम्म पनि गठन गरेका छौँ, लगायतका कामहरू गरिरहेका छौँ। पहिलाको भन्दा अहिले धेरै परिवर्तन भएको छ।
What is the situation now?
लगभग 2 वर्षको पिरियडमा हामीले 32 जना बालबालिकाहरूलाई एकदमै पूर्ण रूपले व्यवस्थापना गर्न त सकिएको छैन अझै। परिचय पत्र वितरण गरिएको छ हामीले। परिचय पत्र चाहिँ अब पाउनको लागि पनि गाह्रो थियो होइन। अब किनकि त्यो अपाङ्गता भएको व्यक्ति त्यसको परिवारलाई हामीले परिचय पत्र पाउँछौँ, परिचय पत्र पाएपछि हामीले यति सुविधा पाउँछौँ भन्ने कुरासम्म ख्याल थिएन। कतिपयलाई चाहिँ के थियो भनेदेखि अब यो मेरो चाहिँ बच्चा अपाङ्गता भएको हो भनेर देखाउन पनि अलिकति कस्तो फिलिङ हुने फ्यामिलीलाई त्यस्तो प्रब्लमहरू थियो। जब हामीले चाहिँ यो भिडिआरसीमा करुणा फाउन्डेसनसँग चाहिँ समन्वय गरेर कार्यक्रमहरू गऱ्यौँ, हाम्रो सिनियर सहजकर्ता चाहिँ फिल्डमा गएर घर घरमा गएर हेर्नुभयो होइन। जस्तो अब थेरापी गर्नुपर्ने चाहिँ अपाङ्गता भएकोहरूलाई थेरापी गर्ने, थेरापीबाट पनि धेरै चाहिँ पुनर्स्थापना भएर हिँड्न नसक्ने, चल्न नसक्ने मान्छेहरू पनि अलिकति चल्न सक्ने, हिँड्न सक्ने, जस्तो विद्यालय सधैँ दिनकै नजाने, विद्यालय जान इच्छुक नहुनेलाई विद्यालय पठाउनसम्म चाहिँ सफल भएको छौँ हामी। अहिले हामीले स्वावलम्बनसम्म गठन गरेका छौँ। त्यहाँनिर मासिक बचत गर्ने, पानी पनि विकास भएको छ, आय आर्जनको कार्यक्रमहरू पनि सञ्चालन भएको छ, लगायत धेरै कार्यक्रमहरू राम्रैसँग सञ्चालन भएको छ हाम्रो।
And what is your point of view of Karuna Foundation activities?
करुणा फाउन्डेसनले जसरी यो कार्यक्रम गरिराखेको छ त्यसमा मेरो चाहिँ पूर्ण रूपमा सकारात्मक नै सोच छ। यो 18 वर्षभन्दा मुनिकोलाई मात्र नभएर अझै चाहिँ 18 वर्षभन्दा माथिको चाहिँ अपाङ्गता भएको व्यक्तिहरूको लागि पनि केही सपोर्टिङ प्रोग्रामहरू आइदियो भनेदेखि हामी समन्वय गरेर अगाडि बढ्न सक्थ्यौँ।
ओम प्रसाद आचार्य, म लहरी पवा गाविस 93 बस्छु।
How is the village mobilizing fund for this program?
पहिलो वर्ष चाहिँ हामीले 30,000 हाल्यौँ होइन। दोस्रो वर्ष हामीले 80,000 हाल्यौँ र अब यो वर्ष चाहिँ हामीले चाहिँ 1,50,000 हाल्ने चाहिँ हाम्रो चाहिँ पहिलो सम्झौता भएको छ।
And what do you think as a political leader about these activities of Karuna Foundation?
हाम्रो गाविसमा पहिला अपाङ्गता कति थिए भन्ने कुरा हामी पहिचान थिएन होइन। करुणा फाउन्डेसन आयो र उहाँ सर्वे भयो। यहाँ चाहिँ चाहिँ अपाङ्गता कति छन् र बहिरा कति छन् र खुट्टा नभएका छन्, आँखा नभएका छन् भन्ने कुरा एउटा पहिचान भयो। त्यस कारण त्यो नि एउटा चाहिँ ठुलो उपलब्धि हो। त्यसपछि करुणा फाउन्डेसनले चाहिँ हाम्रो चाहिँ पछि सपोर्ट गरिराखेको छ होइन। त्यस कारण अब यसलाई राम्रै रूपले लिनुपर्छ, राम्रै गरिराखेको छ। यसले चाहिँ हाम्रो चाहिँ लहरी पौवा गाविसको लागि करुणा फाउन्डेसनले आएर चाहिँ यहाँका अपाङ्गताका भएका बच्चाहरूको लागि फाइदै पुगेको छ।
Namaste. Could you introduce yourself?
नमस्ते, मेरो नाम चाहिँ सुषमा लामछाने हो। नमस्ते, मेरो नाम शान्ति लामछाने हो। म क्लास 11 मा पढ्छु।
How your life before now Karuna Foundation?
हामी त अब यस्तो संस्थाहरूसँग केहीसँग पनि आबद्ध थिएनौँ। अनि हामीमा यस्तो प्रब्लम छ भन्ने कसैलाई पनि थाहा थिएन। यो करुणा फाउन्डेसन आएर चाहिँ हामीमा भएको यो प्रब्लमहरू चाहिँ अब उहाँहरूले हेरिदिइरहनु भएको छ। खासै त्यस्तो केही थिएन त्योभन्दा अगाडि चाहिँ आफूमा भएको प्रब्लम यत्तिकै आफैमा सीमित भइरहेको थियो। अहिले उहाँहरू आएर चाहिँ हामीलाई अब सहयोग गर्नुहुन्छ।
म पहिला हिँड्न सक्दिनँ। अहिले नमिना दिदी आएर विभिन्न एक्सर्साइजहरू गराएर अहिले म अलि हिँड्न सक्ने भएको छु।
How is your life now?
अहिले राम्रै भइरहेछ।
मलाई पहिला चाहिँ उकालो ओह्रालो हिँड्नै हुन्थेन होइन। त्यो फिजियोथेरापी गर्दा पनि पहिलाकै जस्तो गाह्रो चाहिँ अलि हुँदैन। पहिला चाहिँ धेरै गाह्रो हुन्थ्यो।
How is Karuna Foundation helping you?
अहिले चाहिँ हामीलाई करुणा फाउन्डेसन मार्फत चाहिँ नमिना दिदीको सहयोगबाट चाहिँ त्यहाँ फिजियोथेरापी गर्न दिदीले भ्याएसम्म महिना दिनमा 15 दिनमा आएर चाहिँ फिजियोथेरापी सिकाइरहनुहुन्छ। फिजियोथेरापी जति सिकाउनुहुन्छ त्यति चाहिँ मेरो खुट्टाको धेरै प्रब्लम भएको कारणले गर्दा मैले त्यति चाहिँ गर्न सकेको छैन हैन। भए पनि पहिलाको भन्दा चाहिँ राम्रै भएको छ। करुणा फाउन्डेसनबाट चाहिँ हामीलाई बोल्ने बानीको विकास पनि भएको छ।
विभिन्न कार्यक्रमहरू गरेर पनि सहयोग गरेको छ र उनीहरूले बालबालिकाका लागि अथवा अनाथ असहायको लागि अपाङ्गहरूको लागि के अरे कसरतहरू गराउने विभिन्न तालिमहरू दिने गरेर धेरै सहयोग पाएको छु।
Namaste. Could you introduce yourself?
मेरो नाम नवीना नेउपाने, मेरो घर चाहिँ दैविङ 5 कालिकेस्थान रसुवा। हाल म चाहिँ BBS 3rd इयरमा पढ्दैछु।
How can you know the children's situation in the village?
एउटा बच्चालाई हेरेपछि चाहिँ अब अपाङ्ग हो कि हैन भनेर हामीले चाहिँ कसरी चिन्छौँ भने अब जो अरू भन्दा अलि भिन्न हुन्छ हैन। जस्तै अब कसैको खुट्टाको समस्या हुन्छ, कसैको हातको समस्या हुन्छ, कसैको आँखाको प्रब्लम हुन्छ, कसैको कानको प्रब्लम हुन्छ। त्यो देखेर नै हामीले चाहिँ हामीभन्दा अगाडि हामीले ट्रेनिङ पनि लिएका छौँ यस सम्बन्धी। त्यही त्यो ट्रेनिङको आधारमा कुन कस्तो प्रकारको अपाङ्ग, कस्तोलाई 7 प्रकारको अपाङ्ग हुन्छ, जसमध्ये कस्तो बच्चा कुन अपाङ्ग भनेर हामीले सजिलै छुटाउन सक्छौँ।
What did you do after that, after know the situations?
गाउँ जाँदा अपाङ्ग यो बच्चा अपाङ्ग हो भनेर थाहा पाइसकेपछि पहिला सुरुमा त्यो बच्चाको त्यो इन्डिभिजुअल फाइल बनाउँछु। अनि त्यसमा चाहिँ अब उसको त्यो सबै कुरा अब उमेर अनि त्यसपछि अब त्यो भयो पढ्छ कि पढ्दैन, त्यसपछि उसको घर कहाँ हो, बुवा मम्मी सबैको त्यो रिपोर्टहरू गरेर लिएर आउँछु। अनि त्यसपछि अब उसलाई के गर्नुपर्ने हो, फिजियोथेरापी दिनुपर्ने हो कि ट्रिटमेन्टको लागि हस्पिटल पठाउनु पर्ने हो कि यो सबै कामहरू गर्छु।
नमस्ते, मेरो नाम चाहिँ सीता लामिछाने, दैवुङ 7 मा बस्छु म। मेरो पेसा चाहिँ कृषि हो।
How is the foundation supporting your kid?
हामीलाई हस्पिटल लैजा भनेर भनिरहनु भएको छ, उहाँले जानकारी दिइरहनु भएको छ। आफ्नै कारणले गर्दाखेरि हामीले लान सकेका छैनौँ। कपीहरू दिएको छ, झोलाहरू दिएको छ, बेला बेलामा तालिमहरू यस्तो धेरै दिएर सहयोग गरेको छ। हाम्रो त्यो कान्छी शान्ति उक्लिन सक्ने थिएन, भर्याङबाट उक्लिन सक्ने थिएन, अहिले उक्लिन सक्छ। ऊ पानीको भाँडो उचाल्न सक्ने थिएन, पानीको भाँडो बोकेर ऊ माथि चोटामा पुग्छ, भाँडाहरू मोल्छ। पहिला केही गर्न सक्ने थिएन, अहिले धेरै राम्रो गरेछ। म उठ्नुभन्दा पहिला उसले पानी भरेर माथि लगेर राख्ने गर्ने गर्छ। योभन्दा पहिला चाहिँ उसले पानी भर्न पनि सक्ने थिएन उसले।
Could you introduce yourself?
मेरो नाम पूजा तामाङ, बस्ने दैवुङ छ। पहिला त्यसलाई यस्तो पढाउने भन्ने अलि मनमा थिएन, त्यसले हिँडाउन सकेन भनेर रुन्थ्यो। अहिले करुणा फाउन्डेसन आएपछि यसलाई त धेरै बोल्न नि सक्छ, ठुल्ठुलो मानिससँग बोल्न नि सक्छ, अलि चलाउन हात चलाउन नि सक्छ, त्यसले सिसा लिएर लेख्न नि सक्छ। अनि त्यो पढाउने म पढ्छु, म ठुलो मान्छे भन्छु, म चलाउँछु भन्छु। चलाउन सक्दिनँ, मेरो एउटा हातले भने म लेख्छु मम्मी भन्छु।
I've seen figures that between 6 and 10% of any country's population are persons with disabilities. So, you talked about prevention. There is prevention if, especially mothers, can have access to primary health care, I think. How do you work with others? That is, what is your modality for working, with the government, other NGOs, that kind of thing, for looking at a comprehensive picture of persons with disabilities?
When you are working with disability, you cannot deal the issue in isolation. You have to be together with many other actors and stakeholders. So what Karuna is following is, we are following the community-based rehabilitation model developed by WHO. And we think this is quite complete. Yes, we have to think beyond CBR. That's always open for everybody. But at this very moment, we are following CBR, community-based rehabilitation modality. And then we are working with government of Nepal very, very closely. and we are helping, we are giving our support to Ministry of Women, Children and Social Welfare and district development committees to strengthen local level system. We very much believe in decentralization. Like strengthening problem at origin, at source. Not bringing them here in Kathmandu and make a big showcase. It's always better, that we address the issues where they start or where they, where they are. So this is how we are doing, and then we are, in our project areas, we are working closely with district development committees, women and children office, and also this education health offices. So there is a committee called District Disability Coordination Committee, CBRDCC, it is known popularly, and then in every village there are village disability rehabilitation committees. We are giving all our support to strengthen them and to see the issue of disability not in isolation but as a whole.
So it's a very coordinated kind of approach.
Yes, we are quite successful in coordination.
Can you say a little bit more about CBR2 and what exactly that kind of modality is?
Karuna has two specific projects. One is very specialized, very technical, that is prevention and rehabilitation. And the other is called share and care. That also comprises this prevention and rehabilitation, but it is basically a health insurance package. So basically in both the projects, what we do, we make a kind of understanding with district level authorities, as I mentioned previously, District Development Committee, Women and Children Office, Education Office and District Health Office, basically together with local NGOs, and then we go to the villages. So in villages there is a structure, there is a setup created by Ministry of Women and Children's guideline called VDRC, Village Disability Rehabilitation Committee. So in this committee, we do have representatives from different political parties, local social workers and teachers and health workers, 9 to 11 people in this committee. So we sit together with these people. We try to understand how they see disability first. We do not go with our own flag and say this is what is disability, and then you have to do this and this and this. So we go, we sit with them. We say we are disability-related organization, and how you see disability. What exactly it is disability for you. And then, people are so smart, very innovative. They come with so many good ideas. And then we try to compile and collect the good ideas shared by people. And then we adjust our program accordingly. So we are very flexible in terms of finalizing projects in rural setting of Nepal. And once you sit with them, identify the need, define what exactly they are in need, then it creates lots of ownership. People feel they are consulted. People feel their insight is valued, and then that creates ownership. And they themselves go to the political parties and different structures and say, see, we are having this kind of project. You need to approve the program and also the budget and give all the support to implement this in our villages. So this is how we are going to, we are organizing programs, and then we have been, I think, quite successful in terms of mobilizing not only people's participation but also financial means, resources in our project areas. Every village is this BDC, Village Development Committees, they are allocating certain percentage of money to implement this kind of activities. So it is endorsed by Village Development Committee, it is incorporated in their annual plan, likewise in the same with district level authorities.
As a final kind of information from your side, what would you like to tell our viewing audience, about Karuna, but more about persons with disability and the possibilities and opportunities that exist now, but that will exist, that you hope to see exist in the future?
Now, one very first information I would like to share, like persons with disabilities are same like other so-called normal human being, but we are individual. So every individual is different than others.
Right.
So that has to be accepted, and then there are lots of opportunities for persons with disabilities, but they have to come up with a very clear understanding that they are looking for some sort of sympathy or some sort of charity from other people. They have to make a very clear understanding that they are like other people, and then they can, yes, if the external environment is more supportive towards them, that is a restriction for them, but they can make anything possible, and they are fully competent human being. So giving this message to persons with disabilities and their family is very important. So in the work of Karuna, we are not focusing only with persons with disabilities or children with disabilities. We are focusing equally with families, because if family accept them as their own member and recognize the differences they do have, I think we already won the battle.
Oh, very good. Thank you, Deepak.
So thank you very much.
Good to see you. Namaste. Thanks for joining us. See you again.